The state legislature passed juvenile crime reform plans earlier this year, but those changes don't take effect until November 1st.
Mackenzie's been pressing elected and appointed leaders in Maryland for weeks about what needs to change. She joins us live for the Newsroom with more. Mackenzie.
Yeah, Mary and Kai, so we know that Senate President Bill Ferguson is calling these latest examples unacceptable. And most recently, the incident that we saw unfold in the Canton area also took place in Senate President Ferguson's district. He tells me that that is an example of what can happen when people don't feel safe in their own communities. But we're also asking the leader of the Senate, what is he going to do about these concerns? Baltimore's violent crime, especially involving young people, reaching new heights.
People are scared.
Early Tuesday morning along Haven Street, another example. Baltimore police say a 17-year-old approached a 31-year-old man with a gun. The community association says the teen was trying to carjack the 31-year-old driver, who also had a license to carry a firearm. Both exchanged gunfire and both were injured. It comes just 2 weeks after this. A 66-year-old man attacked by a group of teens in Butchers Hill. Dad. Two teen suspects now facing attempted murder charges. These violent crimes involving young people highlighting the frustration brewing with the Department of Juvenile Services and Secretary Vincent Schiraldi. Sean Kennedy, a fellow at the Maryland Public Policy Institute, says leadership needs to answer for what's going on.
It's clear that Vince Schiraldi, the head of DJS, has failed, and his policies are making the problem worse.
Despite DJS announcing policy changes just days after the brutal Butchers Hill attack, Vincent Schiraldi still facing criticism and calls for his removal.
I would like Secretary Schiraldi to step down. I'd like him to resign. I don't think he's fit for this role.
Senate President Bill Ferguson and other lawmakers from District 46, which represent the areas of Butchers and Brewers Hills, called the Butchers Hill incident unacceptable. After the latest incident, I sent questions to Senate President Ferguson's office asking, what does he believe needs to change regarding the level of crime and violent incidents? Is this a problem with leadership at DJS? Does Senate President Ferguson believe Secretary Schiraldi can lead the agency? In a statement, Senate President Ferguson says this case, quote, represents my biggest concerns about what can happen when people don't feel safe. He says he called BPD Commissioner Richard Worley nearly 2 weeks ago requesting more patrols in Southeast Baltimore. And while the 31-year-old driver flagged an officer down after the shooting in Brewers Hill, Ferguson says, quote, regardless, when people don't feel safe, they take safety into their own hands, and that's a recipe for chaos.
It's clear that DJS is now a revolving door. They're pushing people out on the street.
Has the situation reached a level where statements and letters are no longer doing the job and actions need to be taken?
Vince Schiraldi's reign of error needs to end. He is a menace to the people of Baltimore, to people across the state, and he's doing a disservice to the youth that he's supposed to care for, because his leniency and compassion is only being met with more crime and more malfeasance on their behalf.
With changes coming for the new juvenile justice laws, which are set to take effect next month, some are questioning whether Secretary Schiraldi will actually enforce them. Fox 45 News took that directly to him.
This administration supports the juvenile crime legislation. We need a balanced approach where we help kids turn their lives around, but we also sort of hold them accountable. I'm 100% behind the governor on that.
Schiraldi saying the administration supports the plan, but he was not there when lawmakers introduced the plan in January, nor was he there for the bill signing itself. Wednesday, we also asked Senator Ferguson what should happen if those changes are not implemented by DJS. Ferguson says, quote, the 46th district delegates and I will continue holding every agency to account until we achieve real public safety for all of our city's neighborhoods. It's just a question of what will that accountability look like? Now, we've been asking Governor Wes Moore for more than a week now whether he still stands behind Secretary Vincent Schiraldi. He says that everyone needs to continue working together, but we have yet to get a direct yes or no answer from the governor. You can also read Senate President Bill Ferguson's entire statement that he gave me today. Just look for this story on our website at foxbaltimore.com. In the meantime, BPD tells me that investigation into the double shooting in the Brewers Hill neighborhood remains under investigation. We're live in the newsroom. Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch. Also take some time to subscribe to our YouTube channel.